Hello. In this series of videos, we're going to go over how to solve each question on the DS 4400 Intro to Machine Learning 1 written practice exam for midterm 1. Question 1 asks us to find f prime of 1 for each function f of x, given that x is a one-dimensional variable or a scalar variable. For part 1, we're trying to find f of x equals e to the x minus 1. So for each of these questions, what we're going to do is we're going to find the general form of the derivative, or we're going to find f prime of x, and then we're going to plug in 1 for x to find f prime of 1. Now, for this case, f prime of x equals d dx of e to the x minus 1. Now, the derivative of e to the x minus 1 is very similar to the derivative of e to the x. So we're going to do that. The derivative of e to the x minus 1 directly is e to the x minus 1, but we do have to apply the chain rule here. So we also have to find the derivative of x minus 1. Now, the derivative of, we can distribute the derivative inside the parentheses here. So we can do d dx of x minus d dx of 1. And the derivative of x with respect to x is 1, and the derivative of 1 with respect to x is 0. So this gives us e to the x minus 1 times 1 minus 0, which just equals e to the x minus 1. Now we need to plug in 1 for x, so f prime of 1 here equals e to the 1 minus 1, which is equivalent to e to the 0, which is just 1. And that's our answer. For part 2, we need to find the derivative of f of x equals the sum for all I of 2x minus yi squared. Now the key here for taking the derivative when sigma notation is involved, we have to realize that the sigma notation we can just ignore, because that just means that this whole equation is equivalent to 2x minus y1, let's say, squared, plus 2x minus y2 squared, plus 2x minus y3 squared. And this can go on for as long as we want. But when we take the derivative of this, right, we take the derivative with respect to x of this whole thing, well, the derivative just distributes out to each term. So all we need to do is we need to find the general derivative of this term up here, and we'll be set. We can just ignore the sigma notation. We can just keep it there, and it'll all be the same. Okay, so we'll start by defining f prime of x equals, and we'll keep the sigma notation, d dx of the inside. Now the derivative of this is, we're going to bring down the 2, so we have 2 times 2x minus yi, and then we also have to do the chain rule again, so d dx of 2x minus yi, and that is going to be, when we distribute the derivative inside, the derivative of derivative of 2x is going to be 2. So we can just write that down here. And the derivative of yi with respect to x is 0. So that just simplifies to 2, and we have 2x minus yi times 2. So we have 2 times this times 2, so that's just 4. And let me just put my sigma notation back in. I've been ignoring it for a while. F prime of x. So if we simplify this out, we can get f prime of x equals the sum 8x minus 4yi. This is just me multiplying the 2's out. Now we plug in 1 here, and we get f prime of 1 equals the sum of 8 minus 4yi. And that is our answer. For part 3, we're asked to find f prime of 1 for f of x equals log of 1 over 2x. In this course, this is the natural log. And you might remember that the derivative of the natural log is 1 over the derivative of ln x. So I'll write this out. d dx of ln x equals 1 over x. So what we're going to do here is the exact same thing. F prime of x equals 1 over 2x, because this is the inside right here. And then, of course, we need to chain rule it. And this equals 2x, because this is just 1 over 2x, so we can just pull the 2x to the top, times d dx of x to the minus 1 over 2. Now, what we do here is we can take the derivative of this, so 2x times, and this, so we pull the negative 1 to the front, and we subtract 1, so we get negative x to the negative 2 over 2. And we can just cancel these 2's, so we get x times negative x to the negative 2, which just equals negative x to the negative 1, or negative 1 over x. Either one, pick your poison. They both work. Now all we do is we plug in 1 for x, so f prime of 1 equals negative 1, which also just equals negative 1 over 1, which just equals negative 1. All right, and that was how you solve all of question 1.